It's Tuesday. It's first pitch. I'm the Prez. Great show today. We've got the legend himself, Dave Cokin, with us, like always. And Drew Martin from sportsmemo.com. Just want to give you guys a quick update. We're going to be taking apart 5 games in depth, and then we're going to go to extra innings where we will take a look at all the other games very quickly. So stay tuned all the way to the end. Remember also, it's $2 Tuesdays. Drew will tell you later about what's going on over at sportsmemo.com. But at Wager Talk, we've got Tony Finn as the featured $2 Tuesday handicapper. He's got a 5-unit big ticket tonight. And he is absolutely rolling right now. He's on a 12-4 run. He is 16-5 in his last 21 big ticket plays. Do not sleep on this. Head over to wagertalk.com and get down on Tony Finn's $2 play. I want to welcome Drew and Dave. Dave, we'll go to you first. Drew, what's going on over at sportsmemo.com?
It's $2 Tuesday. Rob Vino, he's been hot lately, and he is the $2 handicapper. So you should go over to sportsmemo.com. It's top play, an elite level release, discounted to only $2. It's a 5% top rated play as well. So Robbie Vino's been hot. Check it out at sportsmemo.com.
Okay, boys, we're going to take apart 5 games in depth. We're going to look at the Cubs game, the Mets, the Boston game, the Minnesota Twinkie game, and the Oakland Athletics. Before we do that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We need to pay the bills. Big day for Carmine Bianco at wagertalk.com. Carm is on a 18-6 baseball run. Really in the zone, guys. Just had winning day after winning day over the last couple of weeks. Today's his biggest play in a while. It's a 5-unit play. You can find it at wagertalk.com for a half price. Please use the promo code MLB50. That's MLB50. Okay, we're back. Lots to talk about. Let's start with the Chicago Cubs game. Chicago Cubs, the line came out at minus 130. It's been moved, but in kind of both directions. Grande has it at minus 134, Bovada 137, and we got a bunch of 128s on the board. The over and under is 10, my bad. And, Chicago, just not a road team, but they did win 6-3 against Cincinnati. Philadelphia, Dave Cokin, has lost 5 of their last 6 games. They're in a bit of a free fall. What are we going to do here?
This isn't a great spot for the Phillies. Coming off a West Coast trip, first game back home. They're not in good form. They're back to only 2 games over 500. Excuse me. And they're running into a hot pitcher. Quintana has really found it lately for the Cubs. They've won each of his last 7 starts. I think the Cubs are rightfully the favorite in this game. I don't think there's any particular value on that side at the price. But if you're asking me who I think is going to win the game, I'd much rather take the hot team here. So casting aside value or anything along those lines, I would look at the Cubs.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dave. I worry about the Cubs on the road. This team has really struggled all year. I mean, it's quite amazing. They're 41-19 at home and 23-35 on the road. That's really what is going to keep me off of this game, but I do lean on the Cubs. Drew Martin?
I agree with Dave in terms of a side perspective. I think the Cubs are the hotter team, and the spot for Philadelphia, like he said, not very good. Also, keep in mind Quintana and Vargas both coming from the left side. Both lineups averaging for the full season under average in terms of weighted runs created number plus against lefties. It does kind of make me, looking to bet the total, look under on this double-digit number to NL teams. But overall, betting this game, I would bring the Cubs bullpen, which in my opinion, last 30 days, especially since that trade deadline, better bullpen arms there. So I would look towards the Cubs, especially at this price, getting them under minus 130. I like the Cubs as a side more than any other bet in this game.
All three of us agree. Dave, the New York Mets, they finally lost a game. They won 8 in a row. They're on the road playing Atlanta. Came out at minus 130. It's been bet slightly down to minus 122. The over and under in this game is 9.5. And I mean, I don't have statistics on hand, but I will say this. The Mets won 8 in a row. They lost last night to Washington. And, they're one back. They're feeling good. They're playing well. But I'm thinking it's time to fade the Mets. I like Washington in this position.
Or Atlanta, at least.
Atlanta, sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't go against the Mets. Not with Zach Wheeler, as hot as he is. He's got 15 straight scoreless innings. He's in tremendous form. And we don't have to worry about Diaz getting into this game. He will not be used in any crucial situation. Lugo, a little more reliable. I think the first 5 under is something of interest to me here. Wheeler's in good form. Fried's had a fine season. Graves 16-6, including 4 in a row when he pitches. I don't trust either bullpen. The Braves bullpen right now is really bad. They made these pickups at the deadline, and it's just not working out at all well. And, in fact, they went back to Luke Jackson for the save in their last game against the Marlins. So they added, but maybe subtracted in a way because Shane Green can't get anybody out, and Melanson hasn't been very good. So I don't know what to do with the late innings in this game. But early on, you would think that if Zach Wheeler is going to maintain his current form, and Fried's been good at home anyway, I think runs could be tough to come by early in this game. So under 5 with the over juiced, to me, not a bad bet.
Yeah, I like that as well. I mean, I think I could see the game going over, but it will only go over probably late. And as I said, I do like Atlanta in the spot. Drew Martin.
Prez, I like the Mets here. Wheeler won the team overall. I'm looking to bet the Mets down the stretch. I think they're making a heck of a run, including their lineup. Plus the fact Wheeler, his last 15 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, going against Fried, who, like Dave said, has put together a heck of a season. Nice season overall. His last 3 innings, he's given up 10 earned runs, kind of given up some there of late, plus the fact, I went to the game on Saturday night. I believe the game that the game before Dave was pointing at. And watching this Braves team, they are kind of banged up, and especially at the shortstop position. Dansby Swanson being out, a lot of people point towards the bat. I'd look more towards the glove when the Marlins were able to put that run together at the end of the game off of Shane Green a lot. There was a couple plays there at the shortstop position. Culberson, who's a fine player, he's not Dansby Swanson though, and it kept the push the Marlins were going after alive because he wasn't able to make the plays at a very important position of shortstop. So therefore, I don't think it's the same Braves kind of performance that we were getting in the beginning of the season. They're not as much bet on for me. So at a plus price here with Wheeler, he's a Georgia boy coming back home. I look for him to dominate, and I like the Mets, especially at a plus price today.
He's Drew Martin from sportsmemo.com. Dave Cokin with us like always. Dave and I are found at wagertalk.com. And don't forget, everybody, it's $2 Tuesdays at both Sports Memo and Wager Talk. We have a featured handicapper, Rob Vino at Sports Memo, Tony Finn at Wager Talk. And you can get their plays for $2. And Tony Finn, probably the hottest handicapper we have going right now, has a 5-unit play up, so make sure to check that out. Dave Cokin, Cleveland, in first place in their division.
Yep. And
Clevenger on the mound tonight, pitching incredible this entire season, but even better in his last 3 outings. They're hosting the Boston Red Sox. Cleveland is -1. Well, Jesus, we've got a line move in this game. They came out at -120. It's been bet around to -107 for Chris Sale. Over and under is 8. I'm going to play the under in this game. But, wow, this could be just a pitching beauty.
It could be. Chris Sale figured out something mechanically and was absolutely awesome in his last start, and we know what Sale's capable of. Clevenger's actually been the more consistent of the 2 pitchers. Aside from that, it's basically a rerun of what we talked about yesterday, which is the Red Sox continue to get respect from the market that is not deserved. This team is barely over 500. They're playing really lousy baseball right now. The Indians are blazing hot. They've got a lineup that even without Yasiel Puig, who's sitting out the second of his 3-game suspension tonight, it's a lineup that can hit lefties. Santana, if it's a big at bat, he's going to come through. He's homered to win games each of the last 2 days. There's just no way I'm taking the Red Sox here.
Yeah.
It's the Indians or pass.
Yeah, I mean, look, Drew, the Indians won 2 in a row. They won 3 of 4 against Minnesota to vote them into first place in that division. They've won 8 of 10. I mean, this team is absolutely on fire, and I can't get in their way either. What are you doing?
Overall, I'm looking at this from a totals perspective. Post All-Star break here, to find 2 starting pitchers with under a 3 xFIP is very hard to find. I don't know if it's been done to this point in the season. We got it here with Sale and Clevenger, both in very good form as well. Like Dave mentioned, Sale's last performance was lights out. And throw in the fact the bullpens. The last 30 days, Cleveland's bullpen has been very good, 2.48 ERA. Boston, a lot of people will point at the blown saves metric, but overall their FIP is below 4, not bad. So a total of 8 here with 2 very, very good pitchers that I think dominate the opposing lineups. I like the under of 8. I agree with this line move down from 9 down to 8, full run.
Well, we're on the same page in this one. Minnesota holding the wild card. 2 games in front. That's the first time we've said that all year. They're playing in Milwaukee, and while both teams are 5 in their last 6, Minnesota has lost 5 of their last 6, and Milwaukee has won 5 of their last 6. Milwaukee, a minus 145, give or take, favorite, an over and under of 10. I think Minnesota is likely to have a little slide over the next couple of games, but I think they're then going to become a bet-on team. We'll keep you guys posted on my thoughts in regards to that. Dave Cokin, where are you going to go in this one?
Look, the Brewers are priced pretty healthy here, so that's going to keep me out of the game, but the pitching matchup clearly favors them. Martin Perez is not pitching anywhere near the level he was early in the season. He looks like he's back with the Rangers again. Chase Anderson now has 9 straight starts, giving up 2 or fewer runs. He's not a distance guy, but you're going to go out there and give up 5 or 6 innings, pitch 5 or 6 innings, and only give up 2 runs. You're putting your team in a position to win every time out. 9 straight with 2 or fewer runs allowed. I think the pitching form clearly favors the Brewers. So does the team form. I think it's easy to justify the Brewers as a pretty good-sized favorite here. And Yelich, I think Yelich will be back tonight. He pinch hit on Sunday, struck out, but that's an indication at least that he should be ready to get back in the lineup.
Yeah, I'm not going to bet this game, but like you, Dave, I do lean to Milwaukee. Dave, you got any plays up at Wager Talk for today?
No, I'm probably going to pass baseball today. This is a college football day for me. I've got some catching up to do with injuries, suspensions, and adjustments to power ratings, because even little half-point and 1-point adjustments for key players have to be made. So I'll be spending my time on that. And I will be posting some more college football over the next day or 2.
Drew Martin, what do you like in this game?
If Yelich is playing, I would, kind of caution people to wait for the lineups to come out. And if Yelich is playing, like Dave mentioned, I would look to be on the Brewers. The Twins, Prez, like you brought up, 4 or 5 in the loss column. The Brewers of late have hit lefties better, so I would factor that in, even over their overall metrics aren't as good. So, plus the fact that the Twins lose the DH here. So at a minus 140 price tag, if you made me bet it, I would be on the Brewers, but I haven't personally bet it.
Oakland, 2 games behind Tampa Bay for the final wild card spot. They're on the road. They're playing Baumgartner and the San Francisco Giants. San Fran, 3.5 back on the wild card with a whole lot of teams to jump over. It's going to be a fun few weeks heading into the playoffs. I think there's 6 weeks to go, give or take. Dave, what do you like in this one?
Kind of a lean Giants, but it's a very light lean. Good matchup between rivals. Oakland loses the DH, but I don't know how much that means because Chris Davis, honestly, he's just been lousy. I think there might be something physically wrong with him. So I don't know how much they miss his bat here. I would assume he's not going to play the outfield in this game. Even against the lefty, I'm not sure he's going to play. Anderson and Bumgarner, both winning pitchers. Anderson, when he pitches the A's, are 15-8. And Bumgarner he's not the old mad bum in terms of dominating stuff, but the guy still knows how to pitch. And the Giants have won 8 of his last 9 starts. They got a little swagger back over the weekend with a good result in the series against the Phillies. And we know how streaky the Giants have been. And they're also tremendous in close games. So I'll put a little check mark next to the Giants. Not one I'm really excited about betting, though.
Before we get to you, I just want to make mention Carmine Bianco is on an 18-6 baseball run, and he is a 5-unit play up at wagertalk.com. You guys can get it for half price. Just head over to wagertalk.com and use the promo code MLB50. That's MLB50. Drew, I like the under in this game. We're getting 8 across the board. Oakland is, well, they're not, their last 2 games, they put up a 2 and a 2. And Bumgarner is just such a great pitcher. I can see this game being a 3-2, 4-3 game. Where are you going, brother?
I guess I disagree with you on which side I'm looking to bet, but I'm staying away from the full game. I'm going to Oakland first 5. And the main reason why they hit lefties a lot better than the Giants do. Giants, one of, if not the worst team in baseball against southpaws. Anderson, like you mentioned, has pitched well. Bumgarner, overall, great career, no doubt about it. But down the downslide, I'm not looking to necessarily put all my chips in on Bumgarner's performances. So we get Oakland under -110 here, with the much better lineup against lefties, and the price change doesn't matter as much in terms of full game to first 5, and we still get to keep Oakland's bullpen out of it, even though with the Giants bullpen having much better numbers. So I like Oakland first 5 at -107 seems like the best price right now.
Great stuff. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with extra innings, where we'll take a look at all the rest of the games at 100 miles an hour. Great promotion for you all. Teddy covers, one of our best NFL experts over at sportsmemo.com. Last year, Teddy went 39-24 in his NFL plays. That's 39-24 for 62%. He is 58% in all his NFL plays over the last 4 years. His regular season package, including his over and under win record for games, which is probably the best out there, 71% since 2001 and 5-0 last year is included in that package. It is $795. For you guys, $300 off. This will only last Monday and Tuesday. Use the promo code FP, that's first pitch, FP495 over at sportsmemo.com, and you can get Teddy's plays for $495. That's his entire NFL season and playoffs and his over and under win-loss record. We're back. Drew, I think this is your first time doing extra innings, so we try to keep this down to about 20 seconds, each of you per game. Dave, we'll go to you first. Cincinnati, Washington. Washington -120. The over and under is 10.5. I like Washington here. What are you doing?
Yeah, Joe Ross pitched really well last time out. Alex Wood still, you could almost say in spring training for the Reds. I think Cincinnati in a little bit of trouble right now. Maybe heading in the wrong direction after trying to make a run to get back in it, but they're not in it.
Yeah, well, but now they have Freddie Gelvis. Who cares?
Actually, it's a nice pickup for them.
Well, and they get him next year. Drew Martin, what do you like?
If you made me bet it, I'd be on the Reds. Run differential-wise, I think the market's still pricing the Reds a little bit too low. So I disagree with this move up to -122 on Washington. I would look to back the underdog if you made me bet it, Prez.
I think you're just being argumentative. Dave, the Dodgers against Miami. I like the Dodgers at -1.5. The Dodgers on the run line. But my God, this was a huge move.
No, it's not. It's not a huge move. There was a pitching change.
Oh, there you go. Talk to me, Dave.
Really like Dustin May. And the Dodgers, I think Yamamoto's starting to level off. He's been good, but I don't think I think the Dodgers have a pitching edge, and they clearly have a lineup edge. So can't argue with them being huge favorites.
Drew?
Yeah, tape's out on Yamamoto, so his the way he started in MLB, performing very well. I think the tape's out on him. Teams are starting to get a scouting report, and I would think the Dodgers put up a bunch of crooked numbers. I like the Dodgers if you made me bet it.
Arizona on the road playing Colorado, -120 to the home team, and over and under of 12. I like the over, Dave Cokin.
First start in Colorado for Zach Gallen, that's always a concern. I mean, on paper, you're supposed to look at the Rockies here, but I had the Rockies last night. They blew a 4-0 lead. They blew a 6-3 lead. They're a really bad baseball team. I mean, they stink, okay? And their front office is clueless. They've hamstrung themselves with this horrible Ian Desmond contract. The Rockies are on my no-play list the rest of the season. So I will either look to go against them or leave the game alone. And in tonight's game, I'll leave it alone.
Drew, Taylor Swift is on my no-play list. What do you like in this game?
I like Taylor Swift, but Zach Gallen is on my no playlist, and that's because what Dave said. First time pitching in Colorado, can't bet on him. I'd be Colorado first 5 or pass for me.
Baltimore against the Yankees. I'll make this short. I like the Yankees -7.5.
Not going to get any argument from me.
Drew?
Means was good, not so much against this Yankees lineup. No argument.
Texas versus Toronto, -130 for Texas. The over and under is 9.5. I think this game goes way over the total. Dave Cokin.
Lance Lynn continues to be solid for Texas. You would think the Rangers might have a little motivation here after getting completely embarrassed last night. They gave up 19 runs. Pinot is very hittable. I think the price is right on the Rangers. I expect them to win the game.
Drew, what do you think in this one?
I don't know. Toronto, these young bats, I'm not looking to lay prices against them. I know, like you said, Lance Lynn has been good, but if you made me bet it, I'd be on the Blue Jays, but I likely won't be involved.
Yeah, I like the over in this one. Seattle and Detroit, who cares, Dave?
Exactly. I mean, Matt Boyd has got a clear pitching edge, but 160 on the Tigers?
Yeah, it's too much.
Okay. Yeah, right.
I don't know. Yeah, Kikuchi outside of the AL West. I got him circled, looking to bet on him. Haven't done it yet, but at a big plus price, might be on Seattle.
Great name, Kikuchi. Guys, remember it's $2 Tuesdays at Wager Talk and Sports Memo. Tony Finn is our $2 Tuesday featured handicapper. He's got a 5-unit play up. It's only $2. And Carmine Bianco, he's on an 18-6 baseball run. He's also got a 5-unit play over at wagertalk.com. You can have it for half price. Use the promo code MLB50. Houston versus the White Sox, Dave. I ain't touching this game. -300.
That's a doubleheader anyway.
Okay, well then we skip it. St. Louis, Kansas City. I'm not touching this one either. St. Louis on the road is a massive favorite, over and under of 9.5. What are you doing?
That's the big line move of the day. I mean, this line's going up like 30 cents, 40 cents from where it opened. Flaherty's pitching really well, and Sparkman, well, he isn't. Let's put it that way. Now the Cardinals, much bigger game for them, much better pitcher. Completely justify the price here.
Drew Martin, what do you like in this one?
Yeah, Flaherty pitching pretty well, I believe, is an understatement, Dave. I mean, 31 1/3 innings, only 26 base runners, only 3 earned runs. He's absolutely bet on. I would look towards Kansas City, team total under, find different ways to bet on the Cardinals. Glenn Sparkman, great name in MLB, Sparkman, but overall, not nearly the numbers Flaherty. It's St. Louis in any way you can find to bet him.
Sounds like a superhero. Sparkman.
I am the Spark Man. What is my power? I create sparks.
In his case, nothing.
Pittsburgh against the Angels. -170, give or take, for the home team. This is an outright pass for me, Dave Cokin.
Yeah, not really enthused about Griffin Canning at this point. The Pirates finally won a game last night. I guess you could make an argument that Trevor Williams might be a little better form than Griffin Canning, but if I had to take it, I guess I'd take the price, but I don't have to, and I'm not going to.
Drew Martin.
Yeah, I didn't spend much time on it. Complete pass for me.
Tampa Bay against San Diego, and this is a big game for Tampa Bay. They gotta start putting their foot on the pedal and get some space. Only 2 up on Oakland. They're minus 122. They're playing San Diego. The over and under is 8. I'm going to go to the well here and back Tampa Bay, but I'm not going to be putting my money on them.
Nah, same here. The line's going up. I think that is the right move. McKay, very talented young pitcher. The Rays are playing great baseball right now. And the Padres, boy, they sure aren't playing great baseball right now. Team form clearly points to Tampa, and that's the only side I would consider.
Guys, outstanding show. Drew, your last thoughts on this game? By the way, I like what you're wearing, Drew. I like the navy.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. This is my golf hat. And Tampa Bay, top 5 lineup against lefties. You guys touched on it, man. Tampa Bay coming down the stretch. I'm looking to bet on this team. I think that they do make the playoffs. Their strength of schedule is very weak. Plus the fact their bullpen is very strong and coming on of late. So it's Tampa Bay. I'm surprised at this number, only at minus 120. I agree with the line move towards the Rays.
Guys, thanks for joining me. This is the Prez. It's first pitch. Tomorrow is Dwayne Bryant, Dave Cokin, and myself. And also, don't forget to check out the Gold Sheet. We're running commercials about the Gold Sheet throughout this video. And the long and the short of it is this is an absolute must-have publication. You can get a weekly subscription for as low as $9 a week. And like I said in the commercial, any amount of money you spend at the Gold Sheet, we will match 1-for-1 with wager bucks that can be used to buy handicappers at wagertalk.com. Just head over to the Gold Sheet, purchase something, and email Missy, that's MISSY, at wagertalk.com, and she will match whatever you spent dollar for dollar with wager bucks. Thanks so much again, everyone, for listening. Check me out at Prez Wager Talk on Twitter, and email us, comment on the YouTube videos. I will look at them all and comment on most. Dwayne Bryant and Dave Cokin tomorrow. Prez out.